Sounds so good. Thanks, David. Chattanooga preservationists are calling on a local church to reconsider plans to demolish one of downtown's oldest buildings. On the heels of the destruction of the car barn, historic structures are becoming scarce.
That one stood at Market and 3rd since the late 1800s. Now the Medical Arts Building on McCallie Avenue is set to meet the wrecking ball. This one is a familiar 10-story structure that opened in 1929 to house medical and dental clinics. In 1978, First Presbyterian Church next door purchased the building. This fall, they plan to raise it to expand their campus. Local 3's Madison Sims joins us tonight with details. Madison.
Greg, Cindy, this 10-story building was constructed by well-known Chattanooga architect Reuben H. Hunt. And for nearly 100 years, Chattanoogans have admired the building for its Gothic design and rich history. Now, the church plans to tear down that building to create a modern 2-story structure that will support the growing church.
In the early 1920s, the Medical Arts Building was a thriving medical and dental office, serving Chattanooga patients and their families.
You wanted to move, all of your doctors and medical specialists into one big building, and that was a trend in America.
49 years after they opened their doors, the building was purchased by First Presbyterian Church, which sits just yards away. For decades, the church used the building for its ministry. Now, they plan to demolish the building and replace it with a smaller, more modern facility.
We started this process 5 years ago, and this was not an overnight decision. We have researched everything and looked at every possibility. But we have to think what's the best for First Presbyterian Church and what's for the best for the generations to come.
The decision was met with pushback. Chattanoogan Robert Glover started a petition urging city and church officials to save the building.
Our primary purpose beginning was to just spread awareness.
Over the past 2 months, the petition has gained nearly 2,000 signatures. Of the supporters, Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly called on private investors to help, stating the city doesn't have the money to. But church officials say the building is beyond repair. In a report, church leaders say over the last 20 to 30 years, there were many maintenance items that were deferred and no significant effort was made to correct them.
I think that they've neglected this to the point where they say, look, we have no other options.
The report adds the cost of repair would be $14.5 million. That's $2.5 million more than if they were to just construct a new building.
Really less expensive to take it down and build a brand new building with similar square footage and have a modern building with less upkeep.
The church says they understand the community's frustration, but says this construction is an investment in downtown Chattanooga.
What we're doing is making our church so welcoming and so community friendly, and that's our goal.
Construction is set to begin in October. Glover says it's not too late to reconsider.
Once it goes, it's gone. If you've got a 10-story building sitting around, you ought to use it for what it is,
Preserve Chattanooga will host a town hall tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 7 at the Second Presbyterian Church. They'll be discussing the current state and future of preservation within the city. We'll have more information on the church's plan for reconstruction in our Local 3 News app. Greg, Cindy.